Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. It's episode number 27, and today we're returning with perhaps the biggest episode of the series so far, as we face Roma at home in, I can't believe I'm saying this, a first versus second potential early season title decider, and a trip to the San Siro to face Inter Milan away. For here's the games though, how Brescia been getting on off camera. And of course, in the last episode, you saw us return from the World Cup break with, one of the most amazing episodes for late dramas I've ever produced in Football Manager history on my channel. The 2-1 win against Juventus, the champions, then the 3-2 victory away against Sampdoria, where CP14 was the hero in stoppage time, and lightning struck twice on the weekend, because in the first round of the Tim Cup, the stage we've never got past in the series so far, we faced Parma at home. We should have won it in normal time and in extra time. Instead, it was goalless after 2 hours worth of football. We went to a penalty shootout, and after Basoli sent it into extra time, Ordero then denied Bertolli, and CP14, 19 years old, netted the winning penalty for Brescia to send us through to our first ever Tim Cup quarter-final. And the celebrations were just so I hope as the years go by, the match engine for me isn't really something I care about in FM, but I hope as the years go by it does improve slightly, because they were just standing there by the corner flag. Someone was doing a little dance move, but it wasn't really, immersive. But regardless, we made it through. CP14, the hero once again. In the space of 4 days, he netted a game winner and won a penalty shootout for us. But he entered the quarterfinals, where we're taking on Juventus away from home. I can't see us getting through that and into the semi-finals. They are the holders of the competition as well. They've won it the past 3 years. Yeah, it's Juve's trophy, basically. I can't see us knocking them out in the last day. But getting through to the quarterfinals is good enough for the board to be satisfied, so that's good news on its own. And, so well done CP14. What a turnaround for the guys. 0 to hero. 2 game winners in the space of 4 days. Crazy. Not really much else to show you in the run of camera. Just one thing, I suppose. Magnani, who is a centre-half we signed from Sassuolo back in Season 2, he has now asked to be put on the transfer list due to a lack of game time. It's not a real surprise. In the first season with us, when we were still trying to become a better defensive team after our woeful first season, conceding 96 goals, he was semi-regular, but last season didn't really play at all, and now he's like 6th choice centre-half. He hasn't played a single game for us all season long, so I granted the request. I'm happy to let him go. He's on 23 grand a week. What is he doing on 23 grand a week, man? Can you imagine how amazing your life must be to be on £23,000 per week with 2.5 years guaranteed to still be on that salary, keeping your body in check, in training, in Brescia, in Italy, and not needing to play a single game? This dude could not be living life, man, more. He's just, that's just amazing. So, fair play to the guy for getting his paycheck, but we don't want it anymore. We want to tear it up and send him elsewhere. Anyway, first of 2 games is indeed Roma, and again, I can't believe I'm saying this, a battle between the top 2. 15 games into the season, we have got 1 more point than them, and hopefully we'll be able to stay top of the table come the end of 90 minutes, but it is going to be very, very difficult indeed, as we've only beaten them twice in the series. They've won the other 7. So Forza Brescia, baby. Forza Brescia. Hence the game, as you can see, slight concern. Sebastiano Esposito got a pulled thigh in the game against Parma in the Tim Cup first round after coming off the bench, but he is going to have to soldier on. I don't know if you guys are the same as me in FM, but I pretty much never play a player if they're under 90% conditioning. Like, 90 is the magic number. Even 89%, I wouldn't even consider it. But in Esposito's case, I don't think we've got a choice, man. Top scorer for us this season, 2nd highest in the league. He's got to start the biggest game of the series, right? And that's about it for injuries. But our team is this in the 4-1-2-3 Gegenpress. Ordero in goal, but for Muri, Sistano, Armin De Pauli, with Storaro, Mergier and Viviani through the middle. Salcedo and Del Monte on the wings, and it is Esposito soldiering on with a pulled fire up top. On the bench, Gasparini, Parola, Bonifazi, Papetti, Ravazzi, Barbieri, Iglio, Bisoli, Zaccagni, Picardi, man of the moment, can he do it again? Borelli and Patagna as well. First of 2, it is an early, perhaps, potential title decider for Brescia. It's been an absolutely amazing season for Brescia, but at what point are we going to start slipping up? After we had that passage back in, was it October, when we had a couple of games in a row without a win, I was thinking, okay, here we go. Now we're going to start to fall apart a little bit, but instead, we've totally recovered since then. and been absolutely on fire. But now, with some difficult fixtures to come, especially this month, are we going to start struggling, or can we keep ourselves going? That's the real question here. Can we continue to defy the odds? Spinazzola back to Sorre as the first highlight is going to fall to Roma, with Goossens down the left-hand side. Whips it back, Roma patiently probing and looking for an opening here, but as Murgia wins it back, a chance for a counter-attack. Eddie Salcedo leading the break, slides him through. Esposito on one leg is still in the team and still scoring a goal. Sebastiano puts us in front. World Cup winner, Brescia have the lead. Quick little breakaway by the former Inter bros. Eddie Salcedo thriving, living his best life in the inside forward role, and Sebastiano Esposito, who went 6 games without a goal, has now scored 3 in 2. We don't need a second replay, thank you FM. Still 1-0, we're in front, and we're in front, and it's Esposito with a goal. It just killed the mood. I wish it would stop showing second replays for an instant like that. It does it when it's a very tight decision for perhaps offside. But if the goal stands, the goal stands. Don't show us the replay. We don't need it. As Dalmonte is down the right-hand side. Had De Pauli on the overlap, didn't find him. And instead goes back to Armini. As Storaro slides it through to Murgia. Oh, no. Oh, yes. There's a long way to go. And there's me on the sidelines right now. Everyone's going over to Esposito. I'm like, lads, calm it down, yeah, calm it down. And they're like, Gaffer, how do you not even speak a bit of basic Italian yet? You've been here for 3.5 bloody years. But Esposito with a goal. Murgia, I mean, talk about inspired signings, right? He's been amazing since coming in from Spout as our box-to-box. Sebastiano, though, just on fire. Brescia 2-0 up, and oh my fucking god, no. Oh, too good, man, so close. Again, the general rule of thumb for me is that if there's a player on 89% conditioning or lower, he doesn't start. But Sebastiano Esposito is a different matter. Oh, as he bends that free kick wide. I tell you, man, where would we be without this guy? And, you know, honestly, I know I sounded stupid when I said it, and I mentioned it briefly in the last episode, but when Sandro Tonali left us, yes, he's one of the best wonder kids in the game, but I think it was the best thing for us. Because we didn't have to pin all our hopes on him, as Alfredo Morelos is denied by a fabulous save by Odero near post. We didn't have to pin all our hopes on him. We're able to bring in a better, younger crop of players as a team, if you will, as a unit, as a squad, as opposed to just having him being the standout. And then, of course, Armenian Parola and Molo are here as well. And the two main guys that came in, Sebastiano and Salcedo, like, having those two is better than having just one Sandro Tonali, if that makes sense. Brescia lead by 2. Roma showing signs they're not giving up yet just before the break, but at half-time, we're up by 2-0. Wow. So nothing to the boys at the break, of course, because at the moment, we are 45 minutes away from going 4 points clear of Roma. Of course, Juve and Atalanta still have their games in hand. However, the gap can still be no fewer or no more than 4 points. No less than 4 points, I should say. But either way, long way to go, man. Long way to go. Taking nothing for granted here as Murgia sends Esposito. And right now, no one can stop him. No one can stop the number 9 at the moment. Cross the far post. And down Monte's header goes just over. Corner, Roma, Verital whips one to the back stick. Murgia doesn't do enough, and Sorro's header goes over the bar and behind for a goal kick. Into the final 27 minutes of the game. Brescia still lead by 2. I'm slightly worried about Esposito's conditioning, but with the way he's been playing today and all season long, I just can't take him off just in case. 19 minutes on the clock here. Roma need a goal, and they need it now. But unlike the game against Sampdoria, today, our youngsters are composed, cool, calm, and collected. And it's over. It's over. Brescia are 3-0 up. Del Monte sends Esposito down the right, takes his time, holds it up, finds his bro Salcedo at the back stick for his 7th of the year, as Esposito adds an assist to his 2 goals. What on earth am I watching? This is literally unreal. I don't know what to say. I literally don't know what to say. Brescia Calcio 3, AS Roma 1. Eichmann, first time I've seen a new general region score against us in the save, makes it 3-1, and Roma looking for a glimmer of hope late on. Once again, a little bit of an error from Emil Odero. losing his bearings there, misjudging the flight of the ball, and whilst Nicola Muru won't claim the own goal, he did make sure it crossed the line, heading into the back of his own goal. But I don't think it's going to matter in... Oh, no. No, don't you dare throw this away. Oh, Mini loses out. Morelos beats Viviani. And Sorrow puts it just over. Calm down, boys. Calm down. Alright, talked about it many times before. Young teams, they can get nervous. They can capitulate. They can begin to choke. But not this lad. Oh my god. Sandro who? Sebastiano Esposito with a hat-trick. 5 in 2 after none in 6. Breaks the offside trap, runs through one-on-one and slides it home. Take him off with a standing ovation. He's just ran rings around Roma. Unreal. It's over. We go 4 points clear and win the big potential early title decider. I mean, it's not a title decider, but... I don't even know what to say. You know, as the king of the monologue and the man that literally can never shut up, even if he tries, I am genuinely speechless. It's very rare that I have no words to describe what I've just seen, but a very nice victory. Well done. I don't know what to say. I literally don't know what to say. It's been an extraordinary season on its own merit, but it just doesn't stop. I keep thinking, when is it going to stop? When are we going to lose? When are we going to get beaten and battered and go into bad form? But the run goes on. Brescia are 4 points clear. This is ludicrous. Obviously, again, you got to remember, like, we're not even at the halfway point of the season yet, so there is still a long way to go. There's 22 games that are still remaining in the Serie A, so you got to take this with a pinch of salt, but it's mental. I mean, it's literally mental. Literally mental. 41 points on the board. Last season, we ended up with 56 for the season in 38. We've already won just 2 games fewer than we did for the entirety of last season. Every single season, we have made remarkable progression in some form or another. And this season is the icing on the cake. So Juve and Atalanta have their games in hand. Napoli have got 2 games in hand. They're away against Fiorentina. Juve are away against Bologna. And Atalanta are at home to Sampdoria. So we'll process through the Sunday games and see what goes on there. And as we process through the fixtures, Atalanta beat Sampdoria. Thankfully, Fiorentina held Napoli to a score draw there in Tuscany. And Juve are the late kickoff. Inter away against Lecce. So we'll process through that as well. Inter, I believe, have got 2 games in hand. And of course, they're our second opponents today. They're just beating Lecce, so that's bad for us because that means they'll stay in good form ahead of the trip to the San Siro. But as for Juventus, they beat Bologna, and Ronnie is saying to Sebastiano, you might be a rising star, but I'm still one of the world's greatest, and don't you forget it. He retakes the lead in the race for the Golden Boot by 3 goals now, as Juve do cut the gap to 4, as do Atalanta. So right now, 16 games into the season, Napoli do have a game in hand, but with 4 points clear of 3 teams and the remaining ones in the top 4. Long way to go. Keep it calm. You can't help but draw the similarities and the comparisons between us and Leicester City's 2015-2016 title-winning season. I mean, you know, we've got a goalkeeper that is too good for the club and should be playing for someone better in a European competition. Kasper Schmeichel, Emile Laudere. You got a centre-back that's becoming a leader, Wes Morgan, Nicolo Armini. Or maybe Sistana, actually. It's probably more likely, isn't it? Because he's the 25-year-old out of 2. But you got a striker that's just in red-hot form and can't stop scoring, Sebastiano Esposito. You got an inside forward that's just dominating right now, Riyad Mahrez, Eddie Salcedo. You know, maybe I'm trying to draw a bit too many comparisons here. But either way, we've got some comparisons with Leicester, and like Claudio Ranieri, I've got to manage my team's expectations, ambitions, and their mood as well. And just keep saying, all we got to do is get to 40 points. You know, just get to 40 points. We already got more than 40 points, but I just got to keep saying to the boys, just keep it calm. Just keep it calm. Take every game as it comes. So moving on to midweek clashes then, we are the final kickoff of the game week away at the San Siro tomorrow night. But tonight, as you can see, the 4 teams directly below us are all facing each other. Juve versus Napoli in Turin and Roma versus Atalanta at the Stadio Olimpico. I'd like draws in both of those games. I think that would suit us down to the ground. But instead, Juve beat Napoli and Roma beat Atalanta. From being honest here, that was worst case scenario for us really, because Atalanta, I would say, out of the other 2 there, are probably the weakest of the group going forward. And as for Napoli as well, they have the game in hand too. So yeah, that didn't do us any favours at all really. And Sabelli has just come to me. Says he's getting frustrated at the lack of game time he was promised. He wants to go out on loan, but instead I think it would be better if I let him go altogether. And he's just going to drop the issue. That pretty much always happens with me. When a player says they want a loan because they're not getting the game time, if you say you'd rather sell them, they'll almost always just drop the issue. And the reason why is quite simple. Is once again we have a team leader change. Viviani goes up and De Paoli goes down. They'll just drop the issue because they're on a decent amount of money. And that clearly is what they're most worried about. But I'll still try and sell him in the summer anyway. We don't play the guy anymore. And as much as we love him and Martella after season 1, there's no point in keeping these guys here. Anyway, let's dive into it then. Second and final game of the episode. Inter Milan away from Roma to San Siro. Regardless of the result, we'll still be top of the table, but an opportunity to extend the gap to 4 points once again and make a statement to Juve and Roma. We are going absolutely nowhere. But can Sandro Tonali enact his revenge on us tonight in a game against a team we're yet to beat in the series? So no changes to our lineup or tactics, of course. Ordero in goal, back for Muri, Sestano, Armini, De Paoli, with Storaro, Mogier and Viviani through the middle. I love this trio, by the way. I absolutely love it. Salcedo on the left, Del Monte on the right, and Esposito, man of the hour, up top once again, away against his former club. Who's the interest from? Who's the interest from? Oh! 3.5 years left of his deal. No extension clauses. Okay. Alright. On the bench, Gasparini, Perola, Bonifazi, Papetti, Rabatti, Barbieri, Iglio, Bissoli, Zaccagni, Picardi, Borelli, and Patagna as well. Second and final game. It is Inter Milan. Forza Brescia. Ooh, look at those conditions. Look at those conditions out there. My goodness. It is heavy snow, -3 degrees. Now, these are the games when I was a kid. I would say I've got a stomach ache or I don't feel good and I don't want to play. I hate playing in the coldest of conditions. It's not for me. It's not for me. I like a warm summer's evening for when I play. This is not my sort of game. As Valverde heads over. It's just too cold for football. It's just too cold. Reschedule the game, go home, have a cup of tea, put your feet up. That's my philosophy, you know. But clearly, I'm not as hard and as manly as the lads out there tonight. I don't know what I'm talking about. Valverde, long ball forward, Gutierrez onto it. Oh, Armini's just been pushed. Ref! I'm looking calm out there, but I tell you, the fourth official's right next to me right now, and I'm in his ear. Ref! You must be joking. You are having a laugh. Valverde sends it long. Gutierrez just smacked Armini in the face. He just pushed him behind, and that is disappointing that it's not a foul. 1-0 Inter. You didn't see it because the 3D lags, but you all saw it on the 2D. Armini was pushed back there, off the ball. It was not a case of just sheer strength. It was an illegal off-the-ball movement. Should have been a foul. Ref. Not happy about that at all. Esposito with a slide tackle wins it back straight to Sensei as Inter pick possession back up and look for a second right before the break here. And if they get it, we're in trouble. Oh, mate. Chiesa slides at home. This will be our second defeat of the season and we'll stay top, but this could be the game which starts the bad run of form. This is like playing on bloody concrete, you know. The pitch is frozen solid. This game should have been called off, in my opinion. Chiesa slips on the frozen turf. Surprised he didn't break his leg and manages to squeeze it home. And we don't need a second replay, FM. How many times? Inter 2, Brescia 0. And unless we can find a goal right before the break, which we almost could have done and really should have done, through the man of the hour, Sebastiano, I think it's over. 2-0 down at the break. Game should have been called off. Decisions going against us. Oh, it's not good. I'm going to say to the boys, unlucky. Things just haven't gone right for us so far. I'm not going to go hard on them. Why would I do that right now? No need. I'm going to swap those two roles around because I know like a ball midfielder on a booking and just send them out there for the second half with no changes to our tactics. But I think unless we get an early goal in this second half, it is going to be a defeat for Brescia. I've sat down on my seat in the dugout now. I'm too cold out there. As De Paoli gives it away straight to Sandro. He don't play for us anymore, Fabio. He don't play for us anymore. This could be the game that sparks the poor run of form. 3-0 Inter. Fabio, awful ball, straight to Sandro Tonali. God knows who he was trying to pass it to there. Surely not Stefano. And as Federico runs through, he drills into the bottom corner for his second of the game. Inter, 3, league leaders Brescia, humbled and brought back down to earth, 0. This is a wake-up call. Oh no. Oh no, surely not. Murgia heads clearing down Monte, hooks it long for Esposito to chase. It bounces on the frozen turf and Sebastiano has a lot of work to do, but he's beaten Hermoso and he's drilled it wide. Great run of form for the World Cup winner. Hat-trick against Roma, but tonight he has just not turned up. A booking as well. He's getting frustrated. Our whole team are getting frustrated. There's bookings flying out left, right and centre for all the Brescia players. And Inter are going for a fourth that is just going to kill our confidence completely. But Salcedo robs his man and starts the two-man fast break. Sebastian is with him. He says, bro, let me take it myself, as he's denied by Pavlenka as he tried to be the hero himself. Still 3-0 down. We've had some decent chances today. Tonight, I should say. Just haven't taken them. And right on cue, another one goes begging. Disappointing way for our unbeaten streak to come to its end. I don't know why I was still highlighting myself there on the sidelines. As Fabio storms down the right-hand side. One man to beat. Can he whip it across the centre? He'll find Murgia about 30 yards from goal. And as Bissoli takes over, he'll slide through Muri. Can we get a consolation goal? Something positive? I feel we deserve it. And we have got it as well. Sebastiano flicks on. Down Monte gets the goal. It's too late for an epic fight back. But at least that's something positive to take back with us to Lombardy. Inter 3, Brescia 1. I won't bother with the replay. I'm getting too fed up, but it's 3-1. It's something. Well, a very disappointing way for our unbeaten streak to come to its close. Thankfully, a consolation goal is something positive to take back, and we didn't really play that badly, to be fair. So unlike what Giuseppe Rossi suggests, I'm not going to tell the team the performance is disappointing. Instead, I'm going to say I can't fault any performances. It was just one of those nights. Debatable first goal. Should it have stood? Yes, obviously, but in my mind, no. And should the game have even been played in those conditions? I mean, again, yes, but in my mind, no. In to get the win, though, 3-1. Undefeated run is over. Poor finishing costs us in defeat. Sandro Tonali ensures we still haven't beat him since he's left the club. Will we ever? Who knows? But 17 games into the season, despite the loss, keep it in perspective. We are still at the top of the table as we close out the first half of the Serie A campaign. But that was this episode of the Football Manager series, guys. A big thank you for watching. We hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. Our return with games against... I mean, I've got to do Juventus in the cup quarter final, right? I can't skip that one. I can't get a break. I literally can't get a break right now because there are just so many big games coming in quick succession. Do you know what? Let's just return the very next two games. Sassuolo at home. Can we bounce back on the back of that humiliating and humbling 3-1 defeat and the cup quarter final as well? I can't get a break right now because the games are too important. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.